who is a father, but he doesn't want his wife to move an inch. He wants her to be a housewife, 100% housewife. Is he the person you need to marry? If you marry him, you realize that he is what? Blocking you towards what? Attaining your vision. There would be a challenge in that home. So there is the need for her to get somebody who can support her vision. Is it clear? Among the guys who can tell us his vision. Yes, you want to become? A pilot. A pilot. So you need a woman that can support that vision. So can you marry an illiterate? Yes or no?
No.
Why? Why no? You can't just tell us no.
Because I'm not saying someone who's not educated has no plans. But
no, who told you? Our parents were not educated, but they have plans. If you want, go and survey. Those that are not educated, if they tell you the kind of business ideas they have, look at our parents. You are here, you've schooled, you have accounting degree, you have management degree, but you can't even start a business. Hey, but look at our parents. You tell them 50 times because I'm not going to talk about 57. My calculator. Hey, 100 next month it will be more than 100. So don't just say because they don't have plans. They have plans.
Please, I didn't.
Accounting degree. Now the next one. Still under compatibility. There are instances where you ignore what you cherish just because of the circumstance you find yourself. Please pay attention. Now, circumstance. For example, when you are going to marry, who would you marry? Will you marry a virgin or somebody who is already divorced? Who will you marry? A virgin, right? Who would marry a divorcee? Somebody who has gotten married but divorced. Show by hand among the guys. I will go over here. Will be here. Now, pay attention. Now, you are about to marry. Age 17, age 40. Which of them will you marry? 18. Who will marry 40? Show my hand. Age. Who will marry age 40? Mufti.
Which Mufti?
Why? Age. Now, there would be a circumstance that choosing a 40-year-old is better than marrying age 80. Example, Jabir. Jabir got married to a matured woman. When the Prophet met Jabir, he asked him, why didn't you marry a virgin, a young girl? She'll play with you and you play with her, meaning you have enjoyment. Kaga, the Prophet ﷺ was even romantic. You play with her, she play with you, you enjoy. But Jabir told the Prophet, listen, he told the Prophet, my father left behind sisters. My father left behind sisters after his death. If I marry somebody of their age, what will happen? There will be catastrophe. So it's better for me to marry a mature person so that she'll take care of the sisters. So it means there are certain circumstances you ignore your emotion. You marry somebody who is what? Matured. And your vision also counts. Your vision will tell you the kind of husband or the kind of wife you want to marry. Example, who can tell me the reason why the Prophet married Khadija, who was with more age than the Prophet? Who can tell me the wisdom? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, Very simple. So now let me give you a clear example. You live in a family home. Your father, you are going to stay with your mother, your sisters. If you are going to get married, who do you need to marry? A matured person. Other than that, there would be a catastrophe in the house. However, you are going to stay alone. You can now marry somebody who is what? Of lesser age. Are you getting the clue? So in selecting that compatibility, you look at who you are, where you are coming from, your background. Is that clear? Even in compatibility, language counts, culture counts, tribe counts. Although Islam did not tell you can't marry tribe A or tribe B, but it can be your choice. Are you getting the clue? The reason is there are certain tribes. If you are not part of them, very difficult for you to fit in such tribe. Don't bring a sister who can't fit in such tribe. Is that clear? So compatibility. So if you are going to enter into marriage, you consider all these factors. And the next one is the man that can hide your faults. The woman that can hide your faults. That is compatibility. The second one is spirituality. The deen. Consider the deen of the person. That is the second one. The third one is you consider consultation. Some sisters do not consult. Some guys do not consult. If you want to marry somebody, make sure that you have a deep consultation regarding that person. What do you ask? You ask if that person is married. Is the person married before? Is the person into any relationship? Are you marrying somebody who is having a wife? Are you marrying somebody with children? All these things should be asked before you accept the proposal of somebody. The next one, what is the, how many points have I mentioned? 3. What is the first one?
Compatibility.
Second one, spirituality. The third one. The fourth one is istihara, prayer. Sisters, what is the first thing you tell your prospective husband? Immediately somebody proposed to her. Allah izani istihara bandama gobeda yisalla deri. I don't know what they see in the dream. You do these 4 things before istihara. What is istihara? You tell Allah we are compatible. Allah, the person is spiritual. The next one is what? I've consulted. Now what I do not know, I want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reveal something to me. So istihara is the 4th thing we do regarding marriage. The next one is tawakkul, strong will for marriage. Don't marry because you think you have to marry. You marry because you can fulfill the responsibilities of marriage. There are a lot of sisters who marry because they want to run away from responsibilities. I'm going to my husband's house so that I can relax. Who told you we relax in marriage? Allah, every morning I wake up, I do this house chores. I'm going to my husband to relax. I'm going to have my financial stability. Who told you we marry because of financial stability? Never. And others also marry because of children. I'm going to have children. No. Who told you that is the essence of? No. You can marry and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have already decided that you will not get children. So we marry because we want to marry. So you enter with strong will. The last but not least is for you to enter with tawakkul. That is for you to rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these are 6 factors we consider in accepting the proposal. The most important is for you to understand and appreciate compatibility, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Considering time factor, I need to pause here and inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue another time if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permits. We shall accept some questions inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala regarding all that I mentioned. If we are ready, we can now. Points. Which one? Okay. I go over all that I mentioned. We started by appreciating the misconceptions regarding marriage, where I mentioned before you enter into marriage, there is a need for you to be psychologically prepared, physically prepared, financially prepared, emotionally, and then spiritually prepared. And then I mentioned some challenges confronting marriage, secularism, technology, and the rest. And I did mention, all of us seated here, we have our spouses created for us by who? Allah. And Allah did it because of what? Certain what? Objective. That objective is to prevent what? A mismatch. Anyone who doesn't marry his rightful spouse, there is going to be a challenge. And I mentioned before you select that spouse, you need to understand marriage. And how do we understand marriage? Marriage is what? A natural or a human instinct. What is the second one? Marriage is what? A religious obligation. The third one? Social contract. Then if you understand all these, you have an ideal marriage. How do you have an ideal marriage? You have an ideal marriage when you know the factors considered in selecting a spouse. Compatibility, spirituality, consultation. The next one, istikhara. The fourth one, and the fifth one, irada, strong will. The last one is tawakkul. That is for you to depend on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So consider all these things before you give yourself out for marriage, provided you want a successful marriage, inshallah, or a successful relationship. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with us all. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.
Thank you very much.